final quarter of this half as the Syracuse Silver Knights lead the Pennsylvania Roar 2-0. You're watching Syracuse Silver Knights soccer on YouTube. We'll be back after this. Back inside the on-center War Memorial Arena for more second quarter action of Syracuse and Pennsylvania. Knights up by 2 after the opening frame behind a Canardo Forbes blast midway through the period. And now as the team switch sides, Syracuse in their orange tops, in their green tops, orange shorts, and orange socks, will be attacking from left to right across your screen, while the Pennsylvania Roar in their white tops, white bottoms, red socks will be attacking from right to left across your screen. It'll go all the way back to O'Quinn. Now for Toby. Up for Papaleo. Bordeaux, wide for Chantel, right in front of the Syracuse bench. Giving it to the middle to Nate. Wide back for Chantel. Inside for Papaleo, can't control on the give and go. Elenio takes a long shot. It goes over the top for a goalkeeper distribution.
And that's another example of where I don't believe they need to be taking those shots from the outside. Tough angle, you're standing flat on your feet and you're trying to take a three-pointer. Yeah, Corey's got a strong shot, but there's no reason for that. Just keep possession of the ball, stay patient.
After that opening quarter, Syracuse led in the shot department 16-2. But a lot of those, like you said, were from way deep and outside of the three-point arc. It's held up for Santana, giving the ahead pass for Millwood. He finishes it off. Michelle Millwood, cool as you like, gets his 17th goal of the year.
And Croce's all fired up. I have no idea why, because it was a brilliant ball by Santana, a brilliant first touch by Michelle. He got a little bit of a nick of it with the outside of his left foot and just put it right past Croce. I don't think Croce had any chance on that with Michelle Millwood coming up like that. Great ball by Santana, great finish by Millwood.
Driving right down the middle of the field. And they finished the opportunity to put the Knights up 4-0. The second minute of this second quarter. It's a good sign for Tommy Tanner and this bunch. Kennarda Forbes has it on a drag and takes it away from Jordan Thomas. A long ball ahead for Slav. Controls it up against the boards, and he's guarded by Chris Williams, the Pennsylvania captain. Centrally for Slav, between the legs of Jordan Thomas. It gets back all the way for Bo. Long shot, and he can't get it on the net. Thomas will collect for Pennsylvania. Long pass ahead, intercepted by Syracuse.
And I mean, watching it.
It's dispossessed, and Val Teixeira takes a long shot. 3 Syracuse defenders back there, but still Teixeira generates an opportunity, albeit a half chance.
And here's a 4v3 situation.
Bo takes the shot from the right channel, and now it's heading all the way for Croce, but a situation that should have ended up in a goal right there.
Yes. Just poorly executed twice now, man advantage situations against this Pennsylvania team. And right now, Pools just came onto the field. I believe they got to run a power play.
It will right here as the ball's pinged against the barrier, and now Croce has it. 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. Roar down 4-0. Long pass ahead for Jirjir Gibson. Diagonal ball for Patrick Thompson. Gets it around the on-rushing defender. Now it's held up against the board. Nelson Santana can dig it out. Taken away by Chris Williams, who goes behind his legs. Gets it through. Shot in front. Off the barrier. Now for JJ to collect.
Great stuff by Chris Williams right there to get between Santana and Bordeaux and get himself a shot, and he really had Brian O'Quinn on his heels.
It was one-man opportunity right there. Papaleo. Elanio. Toby. Chantel. Wide for Elanio. Centrally, Chantel. Long shot again. It'll go out for a corner, but another deep blast from Syracuse.
Well, at least it's on frame, right? We've been seeing a lot of those blasts that aren't on frame. They're going above the goal. Chantel laced that one. I mean, it was on a rope, and Croce did a great job saving that one.
They'll head to the corner. Kick. As it's Millwood, Slav, Canardo, Neto, and Santana. 2 Roar defenders head to the ground. Shot on and off the body of Jirjir Gibson. It's all the way for Neto. Playing it in for Millwood. They're poked out.
And I mean, this is a great opportunity for the Silver Knights to work on those set pieces, and that's an example of a poorly executed set piece, which you don't see from the Milwaukees, the Missouris, and the Baltimores. As you start going into the playoffs, you want to make sure that your set pieces are on par with what you're going to be playing against when you go into those playoffs. And those Baltimore, Milwaukee, Missouri, you don't see a lot of failed set pieces like that or broken up set pieces. And you're playing against a team that has relatively not a lot of experience, and you've got to be a lot better at executing these set pieces.
Another opportunity for him here. In front for Neto. Blocked away.
And that's a well-executed set piece. Just didn't finish well. right man, right spot. Just has to do better at finishing.
Against the walls, Corey Merritt beating two Silver Knights. He can't beat the third as Bo came over. Bodied him off. He'll take a fall to the ground, and Nelly Santana will pick up the foul. On for Williams. Near side, shadowed by Millwood. Centrally next to the David Buster's logo to Thompson, but he gets it wide for Thomas. Back to Thompson. And to Williams right in front of the referees. Chip ahead for Teixeira, who finds the turf monster and takes a tumble. Rolled out for Millwood. Very composed as he drives to the middle.
And that's the experience by Millwood. He realizes he's got a change going on, and he just gets the ball, brings it up to midfield, waits for the changes to happen, makes the change himself, and then knocks the ball to Toby, and then gets off the field, off the turf. Just great stuff by Millwood. The experience he's got is tremendous. And it's the patience that you got to be looking for when you're playing against a team that's only got two lines without any other subs to give guys legs a rest.
Michelle has been instrumental in the Syracuse offense. That's averaged 13 points per game. His 18 assists have been crucial. Most of those have been feeding Canardo Forbes. Leads this team with 20. Coming in on 8:30 to go in the second quarter. Syracuse leading Pennsylvania 4-0. Behind Michelle Millwood's 1v1 strike and Canardo Forbes finish in the first. Now on the near side, it'll go to Crotty though. And all the way up for Val Teixeira. All the way back for Corey Merritt. Their leading scorer, 7 goals. Long chip ahead as Val Teixeira wasn't on the same page. It's up for Elanio. He's crawling, poked away. Teixeira on. He's in. He can't finish. Saved by Brian O'Quinn. That's the opportunity he's been waiting for. Couldn't apply the finishing touch. Santana driving the middle. Left-footed strike. He does it. Captain Nelly Santana puts the Knights up 6-0.
You know, almost just too easy for Nelson Santana. But that all started from a great save by Brian O'Quinn. And when you get an opportunity like that, Pennsylvania Roar, you got to finish. And when you don't finish, something like that happens. And Nelson Santana just kept, and it was great. It was great stuff by the other players on the Silver Knights team. They just kept spreading the field out, and it really spread the defense out. And you can see Santana gets the ball right here and just starts making his run up the field. Elanio's coming off. And then you can see on the outside there, they think he's going to go outside, but Santana just great finish. Could have used Slavisa Ubaparapovic even at the far post there. Great run by Nelson Santana. And egging this crowd on right here.
He didn't need Slav as he applied the finishing touch. And in our media timeout, he's going to toss it to the fans of Frisbee. Up 6-0 on that individual effort on a drive that started in his own defensive half, and he drove the length of the field to score that goal. Knights up 6-0 off of that Nelson Santana strike. All the big names scoring so far for the Knights. Canardo Forbes, Michelle Millwood, Santana. Looking good for Tommy Tanner early on in this game.
I mean, let's face it, what a rough weekend for Pennsylvania. They're home against Rochester, lose 18-2. Then they go on the road the next night. They play the Baltimore Blast, lose 23-6. And then they got to go from Baltimore to Syracuse. They got one night rest. Where Syracuse is only on, they didn't have a rest. They're playing back to back. They played Baltimore just last night. Where Pennsylvania played Baltimore at Baltimore as well on Friday. So Baltimore played Pennsylvania night 1, Syracuse night 2. And now these two teams are facing each other. 3 games in 4 days is not easy for any team, and Pennsylvania is facing a Syracuse team that just played last night as well. So they're a little fatigued, but when you only bring 2 lines,
shorthanded,
you're pretty much playing shorthanded.
So now Brian O'Quinn scoops it up.
And you can see Pennsylvania really can't get anything going. You really don't see any. They're not possessing the ball at all. You see a few individual efforts. You've seen Merritt, and you've seen Williams.
Yep.
You've seen, I was going to say Rowley, but Teixeira. You've seen a few individual efforts, but nothing that they're stringing together as a team.
It's just been long shots and opportunities for Syracuse, who has possessed well in this game. Edging in on 6:30 left in the second quarter.
Well, and you can see Teixeira sitting back a little bit more now, where it's not really given the Silver Knights that 5-4 advantage.
Held up by Chantel. Trying to find the cutting pass for Manfoot, who was in the middle. Bo pushes off Val Teixeira, whose momentum takes him all the way up the field. He's trying to backtrack defensively. Right next to Bo. Cuts it across for Forbes.
And I would just keep this Pennsylvania team on the turf right now. Don't let them play back to the goalie. Don't let them get off the turf. They're exhausted.
Long pass ahead, trying to find the run of Teixeira, but again, the stamina, the speed isn't there.
Just keep possession of the ball. Keep your experienced players on the turf right now. Keep possession of the ball. Keep them on the turf and get yourself 2 points.
Long shot by Nelly. Goes over the top and out of bounds.
And you're going to see a mass exodus right now from the Pennsylvania Raw. 4 out of the 5 players are coming off. Williams is staying on. He's been on quite a long time.
Really should have opted for controlling that ball, as Pennsylvania was tiring.
I think it was a good shot by Nelson Santana. Just unlucky. He kept that along the boards and unlucky for it to bounce off the turf right there. Just missed that high board.
Five minutes left in the second quarter. Syracuse leads 6-0. Long pass ahead, headed away. Headed right back. Chris Williams trying to get it on. Onwuka pressuring Santana. Ball finds the back of the net, but it's illegally in there as Onwuka took down Santana. Kingsley Onwuka, one player that we haven't really mentioned early on. Seen his first extended trip on the floor. He's a rookie to the indoor game. He had a goal the last time that these two teams met in the Salt City. It's up for Elenio. Ball poked back, and Teixeira's battling Santana. He wins the inside track, but it's only him in the offensive zone with Jordan Thomas on the far side.
And for me, you're Nelson Santana. You're an experienced player. Just knock that ball back to Brian O'Quinn. Play simple soccer. Don't try to do something magical. You got a big player, Teixeira, on you. Just knock it back to Brian O'Quinn. Continue to play simple soccer and be patient. You don't always need to be doing the magical stuff. And then he gets a foul and almost puts him in a predicament where there's a goal scored against them.
Williams on it. He'll take a shot. It's in. Kingsley Onwuka scores the goal. He's second against Syracuse in the Salt City, and he puts the Roar down 6-4. 3:52 in the second period.
And you see where that and we talk about where it generates from. Nelson Santana is a much smarter player than that. The ball's now, there's now a set piece for Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's broken up, and this is unlucky, and Nelson Santana should be on Williams tighter there, but that shouldn't happen.
Seems like they're crediting Williams with the goal. I thought Onwuka got a touch in front. In any event, it's Chantel has the ball. Now it's up for Toby. Manfoot. Wide in front of the three-point line for Manfoot. Trying to find it in front was Vittorio Betrera. Couldn't find it. Now Pennsylvania with a pep in their step. But again, that opportunity started from Nelson Santana's foul on Teixeira.
Well, yeah, but before that, he could play simple soccer when Teixeira was trying to win the ball from him. Just play simple soccer and play it back to Brian O'Quinn and start the offense again with Brian O'Quinn. Brian O'Quinn, very good goalkeeper with the ball at his feet, so continue to use him. Use him as a field player when necessary.
Slav takes a long shot way over the top. 2:45 to go. Syracuse leads 6-2. The second quarter. Long hurl ahead. Jordan Thomas on the right channel. Agent Zero, as he's known in Pennsylvania. Poked wide. Now Bo battling with Onwuka. Kingsley has it, long ball ahead for Neto. Neto ahead. Keeps it up and the heel back for Slav. Long lob ahead for Canardo Forbes. To Bo. Coming in on his right and back against the grain to Slav. Far side for Canardo. Bo in the corner. Reloads with the Jamaican. Can't get it off the bounce for Slav, and Crotty controls. Long hurl ahead. Santana with the handball as Onwuka tried to find the run of Val Teixeira, who was on the inside of Bo. We'll have a restart at midfield facing this Knights defense. Williams holding off Bordeaux and back to the zero. Thomas. Merritt for Williams and back to his goalkeeper. Crotty, whose pass is loose and is taken away. Millwood gives it back to Bordeaux in front. Shot on and in! The second goal of the day for Forbes. And it comes through the pass of Bordeaux.
It's a good thing by Canardo Forbes. He saw that there was a man advantage situation from the very start when Bordeaux first won that ball. Instead of Bordeaux taking advantage of that man advantage situation, it was really a broken up man advantage situation because Bordeaux left it for Michelle Millwood. Bordeaux makes a nice run to the outside, gets the ball, plays a great ball off the boards, and Canardo Forbes, who spread the defense out at first, came in and got that ball off the boards from Nate Bordeaux. Ended up to be a nice play in the end. At first, I'm like, why are they slowing the play down? They were just about to have a 3v2 situation.
Long shot ahead by Williams, going for a second. Couldn't get it past O'Quinn. And a foul on the far side. Something was developing after that Syracuse
Automotive
opportunity.
News says the 2014 Silverado gets 5 stars, the top safety rating under the new tougher U.S.
You were saying
requirements.
that chance
Maximum
almost
power meets maximum
didn't
safety
come up
in the all-new
when they
Silverado.
started to
Now
slow
at
the
your
play.
Central New York Chevy dealer, cnychevy.com.
For the Syracuse, that is.
Oh, for Forbes, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. They slowed it down right off the bat, and they shouldn't have. I think Nate Bordeaux's got to attack right down that middle. Michelle Millwood was on the left-hand side. Michelle was ready to stay on the left. Bernardo Forbes already went to the outside to spread him out.
Quiet, everybody.
Looking
Wait
for that
it.
3.
Wait for it.
And with that, Pennsylvania
Oh,
roll will
Mr.
take it
Motorcycle,
right
look
now
who
on
decided
Roll
to
will take it with
grace
them.
us with his
Syracuse overnight up
presence.
8-2.
Well, hello,
Final minute of the
ladies.
second quarter.
Right over
Back
here,
after
big
this.
boy.
I can't see anything.
Finally, someone who is cool enough to hang with. I'm so tired of these babies.
Dude.
Budgies. Oh, this is gonna get messy. This is gonna get messy.
Relax, man. This is Store America. This is the cleanest, safest place around.
Oh, and I bet you've been to every location. There's like 1,000,000 locations. They're everywhere. Take it easy, vacuum. No one is talking to you.
There's 8 Store America locations all over Central New York. Chances are there's one near you.
Oh, this guy is too much. You and me, Motorbike, together we could rule the world. Hey, can I hang out with you guys? Oh, here we go. You know, I too am filled with some very cool stuff.
Really? Because it says limit.
During that break,
who
you saw
asked
Eric
you,
Pools
Ma?
out there. I felt like he was
Store
designing the
America.
set piece
Be nice to your stuff.
right there for the first time during that break, and it seemed like it wasn't a play that they've seen before or have worked on before, and it was broken up. You could see it was just not ready for it.
Long pass ahead on the cross, trying to find Merritt, but it bounces out of play after that poor restart. Under 20 to go in the second quarter. Knights up by 6. Forbes has it with 10 to go. Coming on is Thomas. It's wide for Chantel. Millwood backing up with 5, 4, 3 seconds. Got to get this shot off. Long over the top. And it looks like that's where this score will stay. 8-2, but there's 0.1 second left on the clock. We're still waiting for a ball here. .1 second left on the clock. Roti has it, hands off to his defender, and after 30 minutes of soccer have been played, Syracuse leads 8-2 against the Pennsylvania Roar. Strikes from Canardo Forbes, Nelson Santana, and Michelle Millwood give the Salt City side the edge, while Pennsylvania back through the feet of Chris Williams, who made it 6-2. We'll be back with more second half action of Major Indoor Soccer League after this break. Do stay with us.
When it comes to wine, what really matters? Where you come from matters. Hand-picked matters.